Testing. 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 Yeah, they are back, for another live show. Today live show, I don't know, Yardman Abroad podcast. You see me? Yardman Abroad show. Whichever way we put it. But we're going with Yardman Abroad show, you see it? Yeah, we're looking at some of the crime and violence going on in New York today. It's most of it going last month, you see it? Well, I like going last month. And then we're going to look at the governor of the Santis, Florida immigration issues down there. In Florida, you see it? So, without further ado, what is the so? I'm going to go now one look warm up first before we get into the show.
Jesus! Word!
Bourbon Beats.
Too much crime and violence, you see it?
People are dead in the street. Gunshot a beat.
Before we kick off the show,
Can't go a work or school, can't go street. Gunshot a beat.
that one I do by me, you see it? Me do that one, you see me? Too much crime and violence are going on in the yard. Before we get into the show, what? Grew up, me live and me learn, city every turn. Me does a whole of firm. Take it down.
We come from a worst place, somewhere in Kingston, southwestern St. Andrew. Could have chose bad place, but that is a lay down with a toe thing. Dead or jail. But anyway, me take it. It a fail.
Yeah, that one there, one of the recent one them. Not really recent, but one of the one them where very touching. You understand me? I said that tune there, crime and violence are going on in Jamaica. I don't like what go on. But that's another topic for today. Today the topic is crime and violence in New York. You see me? And the immigration issues of Florida. So I could get into that. I'm share the screen and we don't know. Hold on there. Good night.
This week, a look at what's fueling a new wave of gang violence in New York City.
And now the body count's never enough.
Plus, the dangerous epidemic of deadly new drugs flooding the streets.
Yeah,
This
drugs
is
in
the
the street,
greatest threat
dog.
we've ever faced in drug law enforcement.
Right now, Fox 5's Crime in the City. Here are the crimes across the 5 boroughs.
Hi, about a crime,
Beginning in Queens this week, Fox 5's Lisa Evers shares what's fueling the rise in youth violence and gang shootings.
Police say they're making progress in reducing major felony crimes, but one area has them deeply concerned: the growing rise in youth violence, especially gang-related shootings. We had exclusive access and were embedded with NYPD special units for a major gang takedown. It's clear today's gang problem is very different from the gang culture of decades past, and so is the law enforcement approach.
Buckler, you hear that? Today's gang different from the old time gang back in the days, you know. And even the law enforcement, them have to make different approach. Cause the thing set away now. We now go around the corner. The youth them have whole heap of easy access to certain things, you see me? And certain information. If something wrong with them gun, them can find out video on it and look it up and fix it. You see me? Then they even need an armor these days. Them have links to get gun, all sort of things. Plus some have whole heap of influence. You see me? And then the law enforcement in a New York, them go with defund the police, you know, say, you know, so the police in a problem already for try. Check the citizens of New York, the residents of New York. You get me I say? Because some people want to defund them so that they make things harder. But the youth, them, the criminal, them get stronger. You understand? So the approach of the police, them make now have to make different approach because the thing crazier now than back in the days. You see me, it get worse. So I could hear what them I deal with.
A significant number of our shooting incidents involving our people who are young center on gangs and street crews.
We got an exclusive inside look at how the NYPD is focusing on the most violent offenders and not doing the wide net sweeps of the past that sometimes snared innocent neighbors. In Queens, it was 2 rival gangs, more than 30 alleged members, most between 18 and 22 years old, and some juveniles. All
Bumbleclaw, you hear that? Juvenile them, you know? Between 18 and 22 or so. Over 30 of them in a gang. Whole heap of little youth in this crime and violence thing, yeah. And a big gang war go on. Big gang war. You understand me? I hit at the thing I know the youth. Them don't know who them get out. Them feel like say them get respect out tight. A lot of people fear them still. It's not respect, but them make the mistake and things say I respect. But I fear. You understand me? And them have whole heap of thing that influence them, make them go in these gang thing, you know. Because none of them they really have nothing to do. None of them now no father at home and them thing. None of them now no community warriors. So when me come from, me no go in a fire home, but the community. I'm not going to say, hey, look, boy. You can't do that, you know. You see me? I will have to respect that as a youth. But no, you can't see a little youth and tell him nothing. At different times now. You understand me? So, it's set away. It's set away. Me now go around the corner. The youth them now a guidance certain way. You see me? Me know when me grow, me see whole heap of things. You see me? Whole heap of youth and whole heap of people that do things. And, you know, we don't get involved in a certain things. You understand? Because we know 2 things it are going to lead to. It's either you go dead or you go end up in jail. But the youth them, in at the time when them a do it, them feel the vibe and, you know, the power. Them a feel. You see me? That them a feel, you know. But it's a short while, it's a short span, it's going to live for, not going to live forever. But none of them don't know that. And them a watch movie and TV show and feel like, say, yo, I saw it go in a real life, and I saw it go. But the music are the bigger part still, but I could get back in the show.
police say with previous criminal justice involvement and now charged with gang conspiracy in 2 murders and multiple shootings using dozens of guns.
It's pretty much shoot on sight when they see the opposition. And a lot of times innocent people are caught in the middle of it.
So it's just young kids just kind of doing whatever they want. And it's any idea they come up with, they get other people on board and they just go do random crazy things.
Experts say easy access to cheap guns has escalated the violence.
In the 90s, there were rules. You had to ask permission before you killed somebody. And now...
You hear that? You hear what the dog say? In the 90s, you have a rule, you have to ask permission for to kill somebody. If you're in a gang back in the days, you know, and a boy, if you get it, you know, you have to say, yo, you know, say boom, 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 and Ray. We have to go through a little meeting and everything's alright. We agree for the mash him up. But no, a shoot on sight. Anywhere them see you. You see me? And them a keep number, them a keep score to Virgin. Can't believe what going out there. And score the man them a keep. The young man say, oh, them 5-0, them 6-0. One bag of thing are going in New York, you know, with them little youth, you know. You see me see them on road still, come in the streets regular, you know. When me see them more my straight, you know. Cause even though me know face to face, me can beat up the whole of them. Me take on 3 of them and mash them up. Me I get it still, but me can take on 3. But when me see them all my head straight, you understand me? Me hold my head straight because them youth we have them gun, blicky. You see me? And them not afraid to put it on you. In the crowd too. I'm only put 435 in your chest, any amount. You understand me? I just saw the things that so I see them avoid them more my straight. You see me, I'm not getting a tangle with them. I don't know if I code a road still, so I'm not really getting a problem with them. But them dangerous man and them not if you ask question, them just go kill. And I like back in the days this in the gang.
The body count's never enough.
My cameraman and I had to put on bulletproof vests due to the potential for danger. The roots of the problem run deep, says A.T. Mitchell, founder of the Man Up organization.
Our neighborhoods and our societies failed our young people and left them out to do whatever they want to do and commit these vicious crimes.
Police say the gang rivalry heats up to a boiling point on live social media taunts and in drill music videos where they allegedly bragged about the location of the shootings and calibers of guns in actual incidents.
Boy, clad. You hear that now? The man them all a record and a brag, you know. In a song, the man them all put thing, you know. You see me? Self-snitching is real out here with them local youth that you know. I wonder, yo, the man don't realize what I go on, you know. Dash the man them dash their life, you know. But enough of them gonna get whole lamp and God jail, come back out and come tell the good fairy tale story. One and a few probably come back out and, you know, get in a position where man make money no one can tell, build a channel and everything and, you see me, probably turn a rapper or something now, you see me. One out of the lot or a few out of the lot, but the majority life are gonna wreck. But guess what, society I highlight the one to come out and, you know, after all of the crime and violence and him rain now. Enough man feel say, yo, when them go in and come back out and come on road, you know, them are going to be this rain. It's going to happen for them now, like what happened to such my work. Enough go jail. It's going to come like the winner. Yeah, we also don't know about the winner, but the whole heap of people compete. We don't know about them, but just the one person we know about. You see me, and everybody go try and mimic that and get fucked.
The drill rap is always a motivator, right? And the drill rap is so specific in that they mention people that have been killed in the past and disrespect those people that have been killed in the past, and it creates a residual effect.
These guys did horrific violence out in the streets of South Jamaica. So it's a victory for the community today that these guys are actually all apprehended.
Next, we head to the Bronx, where residents react after a carjacking ends in gunfire.
This section of East 176th Street in the Bronx is also a service road for the Cross Bronx Expressway and a place where many local residents park their cars at night. About 10:30 p.m. Tuesday, April 4th, police say it was the scene of a double shooting by a sanitation worker who saw a 16-year-old suspected car thief driving away in his black Tahoe near Trafalgar Place.
It's been getting worse, you know, and I know the mayor is trying to do something, you know, he can do but so much, but we definitely need more help. Absolutely.
It was bad in the 90s with the crack. And now, these kids just ain't listening. They ain't going to school.
The sanitation worker, 44-year-old Richie Torres, allegedly fired into the car, striking the teen in the shoulder. A bystander sitting in a parked car was hit in the elbow. Torres has been charged with attempted murder and criminal weapons possession. The teen has been charged with criminal possession of stolen property.
They got to get some kind of order out here, you know.
Car owners citywide are on alert with the rise in thefts and carjackings. Here in the 48th precinct in the Bronx, they've risen by 29.5% since last year, according to the latest NYPD statistics.
It's a situation
before the police them say no.
What you don't see, you don't know. So that's how it's happening. Yeah. You know, they're coming out at night, and most people is in the house.
Staying in the Bronx, some closure at last for the family of a beloved FDNY EMT worker killed on the job.
An emotional day here. The family of Arroyo and her colleagues packed the courthouse. There were tears, there were hugs, and even applause after the sentence was handed down. And for the first time, we actually heard from the suspect who told the family to forgive him. After 6 years, the family of beloved FDNY EMT Yadira Arroyo finally got some closure. The man responsible for murdering the mother of 5 learned his fate Wednesday morning when a judge sentenced him to life without parole.
I feel happy. Life without parole. Feel happy. They do justice.
We're going to start celebrating her life, her memory, her legacy. We're going to remember Yadi for the person that she was. not how she died.
An emotional scene inside the courthouse, which was packed with family and Arroyo's colleagues. There were lots of tears, hugs, and even applause once the sentence was handed down. 3 impact statements were read. One of those statements from Arroyo's aunt, Ali Acevedo, who asked the judge for the maximum sentence, saying, quote, "A life for a life." She addressed the media outside the courthouse.
These here are the cuffs that held his hands. The hands that killed Jari. And it says, in memory of FDNY EMT Yadira Arroyo.
Last month, 31-year-old Jose Gonzalez was found guilty of first-degree murder. In March of 2017, Gonzalez, who was high on PCP and marijuana, stole Arroyo's ambulance and ran her over repeatedly, leaving her lifeless on a Bronx street. The 14-year veteran
Hold on there. What the bomb buckler you say to me? He take the woman ambulance and run over her repeatedly? Because I'm the pan. Well, people don't even know what PCP or PTP, but they don't even know what the bomb buckler that. And weed. Well, I know weed. I take the weed out there. If you burn weed, you gotta call me. I'm gonna sit down one side and look on the MTA work and think all heap of things. Cause you frost. And laugh and giggle. You see me, I don't feel weed, they're gonna make him in a such range. But the man take the woman ambulance and run over her repeatedly. Nah, man, a death sentence for me. I'm different still, you know. But I could hear what go on.
The FDNY EMT services was rushed to the hospital, but nothing could be done.
The trial was delayed time and time again because of hearings regarding the defendant's mental fitness to stand trial. But in the end, justice prevailed.
The career criminal who had 31 prior arrests on the night he...
Look at him look right there, though. Yes, I look innocent, though. Yes, I look. Alright, look at him look on the night of foolish. What are they? Oh, they right there, so 40. I can find where him look. Big difference. Look how the man look at so. Like a some movie character, though. And look how him look, though. Way different. Way different.
Also read his own statement right before he learned his fate. He asked for forgiveness, saying, quote, "I was intoxicated. I never knew what was going on. I never meant to hurt anyone. It was an accident. I'm sorry."
Accident, my bum buckler. I don't boy talk about accident. Nah. When I say accident? No, I don't understand if you're hype on drugs and you drive. Your car go down the street and you run over the MTA, the emergency EMTA woman or whatever them call it. You see me? The ambulance worker. You run over her and kill her. The EMT. I don't understand that. You see me? That's what be accident. But a fear vehicle, you go in her and run over her. Not even say one time, you know. I say thief a vehicle and try drive with it and Sharon down and you run over her. The thief a vehicle, you run over her repeatedly. That means you catch it in a reverse, forward, put it back in a drive. You give me reverse again, go backward, put it in a drive. And now you come tell me say an accident in a courthouse. Yeah, you are back in it, man.
But his words meant nothing to the family. He was not sincere, said Arroyo's mother, who went on to say he did not mean those words. He was just reading off a paper.
Yeah.
Nothing will bring her back.
Yo, if doesn't read off a paper, I'm going to smarty write that game. I'm going to smarty write it game. I him write it because I want to remember where I'm really assessed. You understand? I want to make sure him say it, so him write it down and say the words him say. So, Moody will pray say innocence here at the end of the day. You see me? Maybe him want to go out there and say what him want to say, so make sure I put it down on paper and write it. You see me? Him going to go out there and talk from him out and forget for say certain thing when we want to say. You understand? So, if me was a judge, I would pray that and say, yo, him really have a paper in a sincere, you know? Probably him can't really explain it. But that was the story. I could get into the next one.
We move now to Manhattan and the front lines of the latest street drug epidemic to hit the 5 boroughs.
We're seeing a rise in overdose deaths, even with celebrities, and the growing presence of fentanyl and deadly drug combinations. We're also seeing shocking headlines about new street drugs like Trank, an animal tranquilizer that can cause instant death.
Yo, seriously, dog. Seriously. Trank. Now, what I can't, it's like, what name Trank? I thought me, I hear that one too, you know. But the other one in there, PCT or PCP, but they even know. Big bad thing, you know, enough drugs out there still, you know. A whole heap of drugs there foreign still, you know. Boy, them name, I'm going to keep going. Keep going.
The danger is real and immediate, so we talk with 3 experts on the front lines of the battle to save lives.
The latest data on drug overdose deaths in New York City shows they're at unprecedented high levels, increasing in 2021 by 78% from 2019. The city health department says about 80% were due to fentanyl, a synthetic opioid about 50 to 100 times more potent than heroin. Fentanyl-laced heroin was found to be the cause of the accidental overdose death of beloved film and TV actor Michael K. Williams. It's a national crisis that should be a priority, says DEA Special Agent in Charge Frank Tarantino.
This is the greatest threat we've ever faced in drug law enforcement. Nearly 108,000 overdose deaths in 12-month period. 295 people dying every day, Lisa, is the equivalent of a 737 crashing every single day in the United States.
Whoa. Only hear what the man just said a while ago. Almost 300 people are dead every day in America for drugs, you know, daily, you know. That is like one plane a crash every day, you know. You understand me? One plane that, you know. Let's say nobody not dead off of drugs, see? Nobody not dead off of drugs. But every day, one plane crashing people in America. Yeah. Basically, if you switch it around, the situation, you see what I talk about. Enough people are dead for drugs. And it's scary, but nobody nah hear about it, you see me? People need them drugs. Enough people need them drugs still, you understand? I just saw the thing said. You know, I'm about weed, you see me? And it's the next thing to slow you up. You understand? Now come out and come talk straight positive on the weed. The weed will slow you up. You understand? It will make you comfortable in a situation where you're there now. That's the problem when I like with the weed. But we move. We get back in it. Put them pretty color something, man. Whatever.
Another disturbing trend is the combining of drugs. The LA County Medical Examiner determined that Grammy-winning rapper Coolio, known for his hit song Gangsta's Paradise, died from an accidental overdose of fentanyl, heroin, and methamphetamine. Dr. Indra Sidambi sees this often in her addiction treatment practice.
Fentanyl is part of anything and everything.
Dr. Sidambi says many times patients seeking treatment will tell her they're using one drug when it's actually a potentially lethal combination.
People are taking substances without even knowing what they are taking. That's very sad to start with. And
you hear that? People that take things with them not even know what they might take. That's what I come like say, oh, you're a virgin a roll, and him take out some pain and say, dog, take one of them, yeah. And you say, what is dog? And the man say, don't worry yourself, man. Just take that. It's going to make you feel good. I may take every day and feel nice. And your friend going to be like, I really? I take every day and feel good? Run go take it too and never know what him take. Know him up on that for the rest of my life. You understand me? Mash up. You see me? Maybe start the damage to him. You understand me? I say, the drug is a terrible thing. Enough people don't know what they might take. They just follow and go take. You understand? Yeah, enough of them look at you and have a mind of them own neither. You see me? Anything them friend of them run go do it and take drugs and all sort of thing. No, brother, I don't say it work. You fuck up yourself for your future. Know what you do.
And then for a treatment provider like me, I have to immediately change gears.
New on the drug scene is xylazine, called Trank or the zombie drug. It's a...
What the fuck? Yo, that name you have to drive crazy. You know what name xylazine or Trank. We did about Trank earlier, but no xylazine, zombie drug. So hold on there. I want to make a turn in a zombie and walk around and act like a zombie. Okay. So I must say that's why I see whole heap of zombie acting think people are going to know enough people are walking around like zombies. I'm say it what they are, you know. They are zombies among us. I say it what they are. But I probably that xylazine of them depend. And that them say the word xylazine. What other word drink? Yo, other word feet that yo, me never want to study them name, but we'll get tonight. Back in the show.
A powerful animal tranquilizer, often combined with heroin and fentanyl. Too much can stop a person from breathing. Since it's not an opioid, naloxone and Narcan have no effect.
I don't know what she said a while ago. So hold on. Yo, what she just said, no. Three them words that she just use a while ago, them medical term. I mean, I understand them not the farmer at the sentence, that the statement what she has said. You see me? That, but I don't know them. I force me to hear some of them that out there. Hear about this.
Fentanyl. Too much can stop a person from breathing. Since it's not an opioid, naloxone and Narcan have no effect. At the On Point Overdose Prevention Centers, users can consume their drugs.
It's part of anything and even knowing what change gears.
New on the drug scene is xylazine, called trank or the zombie drug. It's a powerful animal tranquilizer, often combined with heroin and fentanyl. Too much can stop a person from breathing. Since it's not an opioid, naloxone and Narcan have no effect. At the On Point Overdose Prevention Centers, users can consume their drugs under supervision with medical staff ready to jump in if necessary.
We are working with folks who are using already. If we don't create a space for those folks to use safely, the deaths in New York and the deaths in this country are only going to rise.
Hold on, so it's a place that the people can go take them drugs and them get monitored. Because some of them, if them stop take it, them can dead, and some of them, if them take too much, them can dead. So you have somewhere where you can go, but take it on a level, on a balance level. If you need assistance there. Yo, we move.
Back to the Bronx now, where a 68-year-old woman is choked and sexually assaulted in Fordham Heights.
Well, police are looking for a suspect accused of attacking and sexually assaulting a 68-year-old woman. This was in the Bronx. It happened Saturday at 6 in the morning. This is near 189th Street and Webster Avenue in Fordham Heights. Police say the man approached the woman and attacked her, trying to remove her clothes.
What?
He then forced her into a garage and sexually assaulted her before running off. The victim was treated at the hospital, but if you have any information, take a good look at your screen and call Crime Stoppers at 800-577-TIPS.
Here we go, man. My boy need to go look at bomb buckler work. Yeah, need to go look at work. Get a work, make some money, buy some pussy. Simple as that. Yeah, if a girl can't get, you know, essentially I try drawing an old woman in a car and I try sexual assault her. Just go look at work, bad man. Get some money, buy your crutches. Simple as that. They don't need to go to prison around here. You see me? Road sweet. We move.
And in the Kingsbridge section, police are searching for the suspects who violently attacked and robbed a 64-year-old man in a wheelchair.
Police are looking for two men accused of attacking a man in a wheelchair in the Bronx. The attack happened 2 weeks ago on West Kingsbridge Road. Investigators say the suspects demanded money from the 64-year-old victim, and when he refused, they punched him in the head and took his cell phone. If you recognize the suspects there, you're being asked to call Crime Stoppers.
Finally, over in Brooklyn, a 65-year-old fights off armed men in a failed robbery in East Flatbush.
Police are searching for three suspects accused of trying to rob a man in Brooklyn. Investigators say two men approached a 65-year-old man who was sitting in his vehicle on Ralph Avenue in East Flatbush back on April 13th. Police say they punched the victim in the face several times. They say one displayed a weapon, a firearm, while the other tried to remove the victim's chain from his neck. The suspects took off to a nearby Jeep Cherokee where a third suspect was waiting. They all then crashed and left on foot. They crashed in that vehicle. If you recognize them, call Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-800-577-TIPS.
Yeah, man. Yes, when man hold with gun at gunpoint at Cherry Rabio, give me it. You see me? My virgin do a tune where I grew up name, take it and go on. Life move on. You have a bigger farm. Remember the words, them, you see me? Remember the words, them. Virgin TT, big up TT. You see me? A youth can write song. It's one time, I'm hold that gun point and I try to rob you. I give him what you want. If you want your car key, you give him it. If you want your money, you give him it. Everything replaceable except your life. Man, you take your life. You see me? Make him take him and take and go on. Life move on. You see me? Big up PT for the lyrics. I remember that. You see me? Mad thing, man. What we have now? Next thing we have here so seen. Next thing we have here so one share. Yeah, you what? Commercial break.
Bourbon Beats.
Anyway, me take it, me that fail. They are a bomb buckler jail, you see me? Badness and for everything. So now people will move on to the next part of the show. Governor the Santis down there, down in Florida there. You understand what I say? Where you say the immigration thing, a certain bill come out and them a look on it and thing. I doubt the bill sign it. You see me? About for sign and thing. I say the immigration worker them down there. I come under pressure, you know, with certain things with the panda bill. Yeah? Certain of them used to get driver's license, used to get work and things. Them have to go through some e-verification thing, you know, to get certain job. You know, certain workplace, if them have certain amount of employee, them have to make sure e-verification and go on. But they look, it sounds like New York, to be honest with you. But certain small business still can work with the immigrant them still. But the bigger company, them have come under pressure. You see me? And I don't know, when I hear it, it sounds familiar. You see me? And the driver's license and all them things, it sound like, cause every state have them different laws, you know. You see me? So maybe Florida step in a different direction with the law relates to this. Maybe a scare tactics, I don't know, maybe a certain thing have to do with politics. We have to wait and see. You see me? But I could get tonight, make them talk.
A bill aimed at curbing illegal immigration in Florida has been sent to the governor's desk after clearing the House this afternoon. CBS News Miami's Joe Gorcho joins us live now with what it all means. Joe?
Lauren, bill supporters stress the legislation does not target legal immigrants. Specific components, though, worry those that voted against it. Listening to the hours-long debate on the House floor today, critics worried about potential ramifications regarding several provisions. One requires hospitals that receive Medicaid funding to collect data on patient's immigration status. Another criminally penalizes those who knowingly or should have known they were transporting someone that unlawfully entered the country and who was not inspected by the federal government. This could mean driving someone, say, to school or a doctor's appointment. And the bill also requires private employers with 25 or more employees to use an e-verify system to verify a new employee's employment eligibility. The immigration bill now heads to the governor's desk for a final signature.
You hear that? The bill not signed it, you know. The bill head to the governor next final signature. But it'll go through some more problem first. You gotta go back into the house and them war over it, and it's the next big thing on TV, and immigrants start running from down there, and pay things start happening, and nothing happen at the end of the day. It's just lead up to the election. Maybe go through, because as I say, this situation and them lawyer where them come out now, that in other state, that in effect in a whole state. New York, me know for sure if me want a driver's license in New York, I forgot about a certain amount of pints. I hear somebody do my license, but I don't remember how much pints. I maybe 5 pints or so. You see me? I don't mean by pints, you have to go prove certain identification to show say, yo, you're a resident of this state. It's either you have are illegal in the country. So your social security would be like all a pint or 2 pints. I don't know how it go. You see me? I just freestyle, but I this for sure, but this legitimate me I tell you if you have a certain amount of pints. Maybe you have bill from your yard, you get to me and say certain things will prove say you're legal in the place, because you're not go legal in the place. You're not go illegal and have certain things. They get to me and say your work permit, if you can prove say you have work permit and them things they can get driver's license, that's a point too you can get towards the thing. Because you don't have to live if you get driver's license, you can be up on a work permit, you know, for 3 months and you go get a driver's license thing. Because you can drive. You have certain, if you can prove certain paperwork add up to the amount of points, you will get a license. But when most of people are Florida get license and them not on the papers, I know say different laws. You see me, and maybe now the law change. Maybe it not changing at all. I just scare tactics. And hopefully at that, because more the immigrant them get to do them things same way down there. You understand what I say? So just that. But here, the story get a little deeper still. More to the story. We have another video here, so.
Well, in Florida, lawmakers passed a sweeping immigration bill aimed at penalizing undocumented immigrants. Earlier drafts had raised red flags with pastors over religious liberty concerns. Heather Sells has more on what the bill means for those who minister to newcomers in the Sunshine State.
Immigrants from around the world are flooding into Florida. It's why many churches have stepped up their ministries to serve newcomers. Pastor Dale Schaefer oversees the Florida district of the Church of the Nazarene.
Many of our churches have transportation ministries, right? They take people to doctor's appointments, they help them to get to school. Many of our churches provide transportation to and from worship.
That's one reason the immigration bill announced by Governor Ron DeSantis caught Schaefer and other pastors off guard. It would have made knowingly transporting someone with no legal status a third-degree felony.
If you hold people accountable, they're not going to want to do this.
The governor has...
You hear that? So if you're a transport driver, you drive a car, you know, the vehicle will bring patient to the hospital. Third-degree felony, you can't get charged for that. No, I'm going to play about that. Maybe I'm here good. I'm going to play about that.
Reporting someone with no legal status a third-degree felony. Other pastors off guard. It would have made knowingly transporting someone with no legal status a third-degree felony.
If you hold people accountable, they're not going to want to do this.
The governor has argued the bill would help to reduce illegal migration, but pastors worried it would impinge on their ministry and threaten their religious freedom. The final bill partially addressed...
Oh, but they got the churches there. Check the money too. Big man thing. You have to talk about that too. Because if you don't have enough illegal immigrants to come in the place, and enough of them illegal immigrants got a church, you know. And if them are runway, yeah, hurt the church financially too, and just really just believe alone. You understand? So, you have to touch church money to Bridget. Don't give me that. Don't buckler, give me that.
Addresses that concern by limiting the felony charge to those who transport an undocumented migrant into the state. The broad sweeping measure cracks down on illegal immigration on multiple fronts.
So what if them take a Greyhound bus go down there? What if illegal immigrant go on a Greyhound bus and transport to the state? If I get a problem too, Greyhound get a problem for that? How I go on? A scare tactics are going.
It mandates tough restrictions on ID cards and driver's licenses for those who can't prove citizenship. And it requires hospitals that accept Medicaid to ask patients about their legal status. The bill's sponsor hopes the legislation will become a model for the country.
It should be the blueprint for the other 50 states.
Which blueprint for that bumbuckler 50 states? In New York, you can't also get a driver's license, so you have to get a certain amount of points. When I get my license, I have to prove a certain amount of things. As I said earlier, points. You show, say you're a resident, you show this, you show that. Maybe if you're illegal, you can get license to certain loophole. I don't know about that, but I know if I go down to DMV, I have to prove certain paperwork. You see me? In order to get license. So, what Florida said, that don't sound like nothing new. You see me? But hopefully this will go through in Florida, because Florida is a state where run by immigrants. And all of them resort and everything. Big resort there. I know them have more than 25 employees, enough of them. And if you hear what them say, if you have more than 25 employees, you have to go through e-verification. And who now no status have to get fired or lay off from the work. You see me? It's gonna get a problem. Enough business that I got shut down then. And that will damage Florida. You understand? So maybe this is just some politics. But as I say, I don't know nothing unusual this I go on down there. Enough place you have to prove things to get certain things. But you can get you illegal, said way. You can go hospital sick illegal and, as an illegal immigrant and still have to get looked at said way. You can understand? So, loophole, when politicians come out and say certain things, there's always loophole behind where you can live comfortable and live good, said way. But, them have to say what them have to say. You see me? Them have to say what them have to say. You can't just go doctor and here say, yo, you're illegal now, you can't get this. You go say, but me don't know after that. Them can say, yeah, you know, you're the governor said. So, them have to say what them have to say. But there are loopholes.
Recent weeks, some pastors had spoken out alongside the evangelical immigration table, flagging what they feared could become an obstacle to living out their faith and showing compassion.
Jesus never asked anyone what their status was, right? The parable of the Good Samaritan is an incredible example, right? This man, the Samaritan, stops to help this man, asks him no question, says, put the cost on me.
A spokesman for World Relief said he's concerned that the bill initially disregarded religious liberty. I'm troubled that it took the outspoken advocacy of Christian pastors to flag that churches should be able to minister freely to all, he said, without being at risk of imprisonment for performing basic ministry functions like driving someone to church.
Big up the church, big up the church. You see the church come out with that stand wait, they will fight back for the people, they will. The church, I say, yo, lower immigrant, them know, lower illegal immigrant, they would need them for come to church, segway. But I feel like when they can't come charge everybody for transport them go anywhere or bring them come to the place. If they want to come worship God, they might love to come worship God. So, big up the church for a fight back right that's up on that front there. You understand what I say? So the church are push back. Money they not for lose, so the church have to defend for their money. You understand? So the thing go, business.
Reporting in Orlando, Heather Sells, CBN News.
Complex issues with no easy solutions. Thanks, Heather. Gordon, back to you.
All right, that's how this upon the Santis. When you say I want to come on a 45-minute show still, you understand me? I say a quick 45-minute show. Look into some of the crime in New York, you see me, and the Florida immigration issues. Plus, we test out the audio and the video and everything and the live stream, see it work, you know. We've been testing and testing. This is about the third try live. You see what I say? It's about the third try. The first time I do a watch along, whenever I update the scoreboard, I was so excited about, you know, the live stream. I never remember say, yo, I'm me in charge of the score. Update the score, you see what I say? So we never update the score. And last night, we tried doing that show last night, and after running the whole show and done the whole show, I say, yeah, we're done the 45-minute show. Me check a stop. No harder than the on the show. I say, Bob Buckler, I say, look about how I do a show, I will be done no harder than the on the street. Nobody not hear me at all. It was a late night stream. Nobody never watch me at all. It's me alone, but you don't know. Never put in the work same way. You understand me? Nobody now watch me done. Me I say blood clean. So me I say, alright, a morning. I run back the show, fix it up and see. I'll fix it up and thing and I run it. So after this now, we're going to see what I go on with the results. Immigrants Build America. Yo, big up Kiwana. Cause that, you know, Immigrant Build America. Yeah, real talk. Immigrant Build America. Without the immigrant, them, you know. This teacher that sink because, no disrespect, the American them still, certain work them now do, certain job them now go do. You see me? And the immigrant them have to do that. Certain building and go on, the immigrant them have to do it. That's what Kiwana say. Immigrant Build America. And I real talk, big up Kiwana. You tell me I say, yeah man, Immigrant Build America. And we know that, so them can't just wake up and get rid of the immigrant them. Out of Florida, of all places, Florida. We are resort area, immigrant them are gonna do the housekeeping and them job there. The restaurant them, immigrant them. Americans just want to enjoy the occasion with the immigrant them. I go Kiwana say, Kiwana, big comment of the show that immigrants build America. And that should have been the topic of the show. Believe you me. You see me? Immigrants build America. But at the end of the show with the people, you understand? At the end of the show there, we push it out with the video here, because you don't know a big tune and we have to play it from time to time to make the people them know. So big up everybody who passed through. I will soon in at the next show, you see me? I'm out.
Bourbon Beats.